All right, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever you may be watching this. Thank you for joining me. It is winter time, and it is wet, frozen, and snowy in Ohio. Today, it's actually up in the 50s after being down in like 5-degree weather for the past 3 days and having 6 inches of snow. So that's all melting off, creating a nice sloppy mess. But I thought we'd make a video about my large scents. I showed this one to you the other day. This is the newest one I got. It's an 1830 large cent. A lot of these are going to be hold. They're going to be damaged. They're not valuable pieces, guys. I'm not into coin collecting for the value. The intrinsic value of the coin is about all I really care about. I like the history. This is an 1830 large cent. Most recent one I got. Next up, I bought that one. This one here is a Doug 1848 large cent, which unfortunately was dug out of a horse paddock that stayed really wet. So you can see it's got some verdigris on it. It's kind of rusty looking. Maybe if I zoom in, it'll quit being so blurry. There we go. Great condition on the coin. I was over the moon when I dug it. And large cents are a little bit bigger than a modern quarter, depending on which ones they are. Here's another 1848. It's hold. As you can tell, it's holding a different area. So if the one on the left here, this 1846, was hold for jewelry, what do you think this 1848 was hold for? Watch fob? Maybe just hold to be on a string so they wouldn't lose it? Because you're not going to wear it as a piece of jewelry like that. You know what I mean? So, makes you wonder. Makes you wonder, guys. Yeah, there's 1846, 1848. This 1837 is another one I dug. It was in a fire. As you can tell, it's all melted and burnt. It's been cleaned with about everything under the sun. At first, you couldn't even tell what it was. It was just a big crust. It kind of looked like that right there. It was horrible. But got it cleaned up. What I've always wondered about this one is if that hole was always in the planchette when it was a coin or not. Pretty cool piece of history, though. Makes you wonder if the house burnt down or if it was just in a trash pit. You know, makes you think. Here's something. It's not a large cent, but here's the most recent 2-cent piece I dug. It's on one of my videos if you go back through. I actually got a date off this. If you get it in the right light with a little bit of oil on it, you can see it is a first year. It'd be an 1860. Actually, you can see it right there, 1864. But it's in horrible condition. This is actually the worst, well, the second worst large cent I ever dug. But I have some really nice ones. Going to be a little bit of a glare where it's in a flip. I took them large cents out of flips. But this is a Doug 2-cent piece, and as you can tell, it has awesome details on it. The high point on these coins right there on the ribbon where we the people, or in God we trust, I mean not we the people, what am I thinking? In God we trust, up there on the top ribbon, that is one of your high points, and the we is always the first to go. So this coin was in really good shape when it was dropped. It's in 1867. I found it out by an old church that burnt down. Here's a non-dug example of an 1865 large cent. A little bit easier to see. Does have a little bit of discoloration right down here in the left-hand corner, unfortunately. But it's still a very nice coin. But as you can see, that in God we trust, the we is missing. Or that's one of the high points of the coin. And let's look at one more, 1865. This is another non-dug example. But it got really dark chocolate brown. Fairly good condition though. And these things aren't cheap either. Alright guys, well, I'm out of things to talk about, so thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the video.